Proprioception. The heck is that? Don't fall for it. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 169 of our Supersize Your Business Annual Challenge. And today we're talking about balance. One of my favorite sayings is that balance is bullshit. I don't usually say it on video, but I just did because I think that balance is defined by us and it changes all the time, right? There's certain times where we have to work really, really hard in our business and put in a lot of time and energy and effort and hours. And there's other times where everything's just flowing. It ebbs and flows, just like raising kids. It ebbs and flows. Sometimes they need a lot of attention. Sometimes they want independence. It just depends. So what does this have to do with growing and scaling our business? Well, it has a lot to do with growing and scaling our business. But first, let's talk about the meaning of proprioception. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but whenever I come across a new word, and as I was researching for today's topic, the Google served me up this word as challenges, proprioception challenges. I'm like, what on earth is that? Well, I should have known because it's right up my alley. It's understanding our body's ability to perceive its location and balance and steadiness without using our eyes. It's our ability to know where we are in the space around us without our vision. Well, since I've got really poor vision, it's something that I should probably be more aware of, not clueless about. And I didn't realize that there were exercises and ways to improve that, but I'm going to be looking into them tonight because I think that it's something I should definitely be doing. So what does balance have to do with our business? It has a lot to do with our business. Remember, we are setting the example for the rest of the people in our organization every single minute of every single day. How we react, respond, behave, think, feel, and do things totally impacts everybody else in our organization. You don't have to believe me on that. It's a universal law. I did not make it up. And based on my 50-some years of experience in business and in life, 66 years of experience in life, I've learned a lot of things along the way. And I suspect you have too. And you have a sense of whether something feels right for you or not. Again, it's in alignment with our core values like we talked about yesterday. And it's going to be in alignment with what we talk about for the rest of the year. Because as we're building our business, there is no way to actually sever us from it unless we intentionally do that. And then we just don't sever ourselves from it unless we decide to not do business anymore. We have to find ways and put systems and people and things in place to make sure that our business grows and thrives and continues to survive. So balance work, excuse me, in our business has to do with, are we paying attention to our short-term revenue versus our long-term goals? Are we balancing those two things? Because a lot of times the effort and the things we need to do for short-term cash are different than the things we would maybe necessarily do and choose to do for long-term viability and growth in our business. Only you can judge what that is and if those fall into the short-term or long-term category. I will contend that any marketing initiatives or things that you do, any sales scripting or anything like that, that is all short-term to increase immediately the cash flow in our business. But if we're smart, we are finding ways to take those and turn those people into lifelong fans and customers of our organization and of our work. So today, my question for you, and this is just a personal question, is can you balance on one leg for 30 seconds without wobbling or falling over? I don't know if I can or not. I'm going to try this. My granddaughter did it yesterday. She's 5. As I was getting ready to talk about this today, the rest of the family had gone for a walk, so she and I were hanging out, and we were like, I'm like, okay, let's do my challenge for tomorrow. Oh, it's about balance. And then we started talking about balance, and I had, try this. So she stood on one leg she could do it for a couple of minutes. She's 5. She's super strong and athletic. I wasn't going to do it in front of my son's girlfriend and her, though, so I opted out. But I'll do it today as an action item because I'm curious about how balanced I am and my positioning in the world, especially given that I do have limited vision. I don't even have to close my eyes to make it a balancing challenge. So what's your take? Share in the comments below about balance. We do things now because we want to return in the future, right? I would say the majority of things we do in our business, if you've been in business any amount of time, you know that there's seldom, if ever, an immediate response or reaction to anything that we do in our business. The bigger your business gets, usually the slower it is for those things to happen. It doesn't have to be. That's just our belief. So that's what shows up in our businesses all the time. We can make changes in our business overnight that have drastic positive impacts on our bottom line, on our success, everything. But we're not here to talk about those today. We're here to talk about balancing. So balancing and paying attention to balance means having a longer term view of what's going on in our business, knowing that we will have bursts of effort, but that's not sustainable. I am a true example of that. I ran till I hit the brick wall at 50. I don't recommend that. I learned a lot from it and I'm grateful for it now. But at the time, I don't remember feeling I was super grateful. I woke up in the hospital, but I don't remember. It wasn't like it was just a flash of insight and wisdom. I had to go on a journey for a couple of years to unravel that event and figure it out and decide how I was going to be in the world going forward, how I was going to achieve some level of balance, because my life was way out of control. And if you're feeling any of that, hit me up and let's talk about it, because I definitely have some lessons that you can learn from so you don't have to make those mistakes yourself. All right, that's our topic for today. Share in the comments below if you can stand on one leg for 30 seconds and how you define balance in your business. And then I would say, as a proprioception challenge today, what is your position without using your eyes? You can use your eyes. What is your position and your perception of where you are in your industry? Are you in the top 1%? Are you in the bottom 1%? Are you just getting started? Well, then you're probably not even, in the bottom 1%. Well, if you started, you're in the bottom 1%. You know what I mean. Just what is your position? Go ahead and just monitor or do a little research and find out where you are today. Because I think the most important thing about getting where we want to go, besides focusing on where we want to go, is knowing where we are right now and then finding ways to start filling the gap between the two. All right, have an awesome day. I'm here to help. Just ask. Otherwise, I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Don't forget to check out the Supersize Your Business free school community. All right, if you need the link for that, just hit me up and put Supersize in the comments below. All right, see you tomorrow. Bye.